I do websites.
You know, back in my day, we didn't have websites like you punk-ass kids.
What did you have? How did you get customers?
We got drunk and shook hands like men.
And did it actually work?
Not only did it work, but I saved your ass in Nam, both ways uphill.
What's up, guys? It's Frankie here. And obviously, a lot of you guys know that Alex Hormozi book, the $100 million offers, make offers that are so good people would feel stupid saying no to them. Most agencies think their service with a price tag is an offer, and they actually fundamentally don't understand what agency offers are, what a high-ticket transformational offer is. And so they're really actually just describing a service and describing deliverables and attaching a price tag to it. And in doing so, actually creating very, very, very resistible offers. And in this video, I want to show you guys some like really basic examples so you can see this, wrap your head around it and go, holy shit, I can do that too. And you can go make some offers that go out there and actually get business owners to say yes to you, give you the money, and have that be the consistent, normal reaction. And you want your offers to do the selling. I always say, like, McDonald's doesn't depend on the pimply-faced teenager being a pro salesperson. They just make the offer below the sign do the heavy lifting. You know, they get 2 McDoohickeys for $4.99. And when the offer does the selling, it gets a lot easier for you to scale through things like selling through video. It gets easier to scale things like cold outreach. It gets easier to run ads. Really, all of your acquisition in all fronts gets easier when the offer does the heavy lifting instead of your salesmanship and your effort and you're sort of pounding the pavement. So I want to show you guys how to do that in this video. For those of you guys who don't know me already, my name is Frankie Fihn. Wrote these 2 best-selling books. This one right here, you can find a link for below this video. I built 3 of my own agencies up to 100 plus clients. Been doing this 20 years, helped thousands of you guys. Let's get into the good shit.
Yo, it's Frankie Fihn. Beach mode engaged. Looms loaded, AI's humming. Let's go.
Tell you guys right now, I don't think there's a skill I've learned over the last 20 years that has made me more money than getting better at offer making. It has reduced our burden in terms of having to find amazing salespeople. It has reduced our burden for things like what a lot of other agencies do, appointment setters and booking and calendars and all those kind of things, because we just make the offer do the heavy lifting and our life gets a lot easier. So I want to show you guys in this video some examples, and I'll give you guys some classic sort of everyday services, web design, SEO. I'll give you guys a Facebook ads example and a GHL of the difference between a service and an offer. And if you nail this correctly, what will happen is you'll get people to consistently start to say yes to you and stop fighting you. And what most people, by the way, are doing is they'll say things like, if they got GHL, they'll do, we do missed call text back for $297 a month. That's a service. That's not an offer. Or we do web designs, custom websites for $5K. Web design is a service. We do SEO for $2K a month. Again, that's a service with a price tag. We do Facebook ads. And then what ends up happening is business owners look at them kind of like this.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
So first example of this, and this one like that, by the way, I wasn't even smart enough to know when I had it. So I was sitting in a plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills, California, kind of relatively famous plastic surgeon. He was on a TV show called Dr. 90210. And he said to me, he said, Frankie, I don't really like breast implants. And I said, really? Why not? He said, I don't make any money off of it. And I said, they're like $8,000, $6,000. You don't make any money? He said, no. He said, I have the OR, which stands for operating room. He says it costs like $2,000, $3,000. He said, Allergan, the company who makes fake tits, he said, they charge me like $1,500 for the fake tits. He says, I got a nurse I got to pay for it. He said, you add up all of my expenses, I'm basically working for free and I have liability. I can be sued. And he said to me, is there any way you could bring me mommy makeover patients? And I said, yeah. He said, do you think we could make a website that was just based on mommy makeovers? And I was like, I mean, do you got pictures for it and stuff? He said, yeah. He said, do you think people search in Google for mommy makeovers? And I said, yeah. And I checked the Google keyword tool. I'm like, yeah, people search it. And he said, do you think we could rank for this? And I looked and I was like, this is actually easier than the shit we're doing now. And he went and gave me the old magic credit card. So let's just put 1, 2, 3, 4, since I can't fit all the numbers, but pretend that's a Visa or a MasterCard or whatever. And he gave me, I want to say it was either $5,000 or $10,000 right on the spot. So it's been 20 years. I'm a little fuzzy on the details, but it was somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000. And up until that point, I was selling websites as a service, like many of you guys were. And I would get people who gave me pushback at $500 or $1,000. They'd be like, how much? And this guy just handed over 10K without any pushback. He didn't want a proposal. He didn't want any follow-up. And in his mind, by the way, what he was buying was not a website. It was buying who the website was going to sell, which was Mommy Makeover Patients. And by the way, we eventually turned this into a thing, and I could go to surgeons, and we had like 4 variations of it, but I could go, hey, I can build you a site that gets you mommy makeover. A couple other guys wanted nose jobs, which they call rhinoplasty. So the MM, that's my mommy makeover. A couple of guys wanted facelifts, and a couple of guys wanted something called cool sculpting. But we had 4 variations, and when I would go in the door and say, hey, I can get you cool sculpting patients, or I can get you facelift, or I could get you mommy makeovers, or I could get you rhinoplasties, all of a sudden, people started giving me money without any pushback. When I told them I was a web designer, and I did SEO and things like that, and I knew how to optimize websites, they said, send me a proposal and we'll talk. And I would chase them for months and months and months like that. So what I first want to impress upon you that an offer is more akin to a promise. Let's write it way up here, right? So it's not the I will make you a website that really mattered. It was the I can bring you this high value sort of person to them, which got them all excited, which is kind of like this.
Hear you nothing that I say. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
So to give you another example of this, so number one question I got asked over the last 7 years, in fact, almost 1,000 people have asked me this exact question verbatim. They said, if you were me, you're starting over, you're trying to get to 10K a month, you're trying to do it as fast as possible, what would you do? And after years and years of the question, I remember thinking maybe I should make a course, and I decided, you know what, I would just do it and I would document the process. And I ended up creating what I called the 90-day challenge, like look over my shoulder as I build an agency from 0 to 10K. And I did it in the water damage restoration space. And one of the things they said to me when I was doing the research, I joined some communities and things like that. They said, we really want residential category 3 flood jobs because those are the biggest jobs we get paid on the fastest. And what they explained to me was that a lot of jobs they didn't get paid on because insurance companies fucked them around and they tried to lowball them and they would take months and months and months and delay payments. But the residential ones that were kind of big but not that big were just in that sweet spot where they could get paid and get paid kind of quickly. And they said to me, is there any way you could bring those? And so I talked to my white label partner, which, by the way, for those of you guys who are not familiar with the term white label partner, it's like kind of like somebody I would outsource the work to who would be under me and they're sort of the back of house fulfillment, and I would mark up their services. And when I did the white label, I asked them, have you ever worked in restoration? And he said, yeah. And I said, what's a typical average result? And he said, usually we can get them between 100 and 200 phone calls a month. Well, I like to under-promise and over-deliver. So we came up with the promise that we can get you between 50 and 100 category 3 flood jobs every month, or calls, I should say, related to those jobs. Now, we just happen to be doing SEO. Actually, that's not true. It was a hybrid PPC and SEO service. We charged $2,800 a month for this, by the way. By the way, cool fact, fun fact, to hit 10K a month, you only need 3 of them, or 4 of them, sorry, to hit 10K a month. You only need 4 people to say yes to that promise. I'm not saying this is so easy anybody could do that because nobody would ever have a job, but that's a climbable mountain, I would say. So between what we focus on is, again, the promise, the outcome. This is what we're going to bring you, right? It wasn't about the service. If I said we do PPC and SEO for $2,800 a month, you know how many restoration guys woke up today and said, I need SEO and pay-per-click? But you know how many of them said, man, I'm sick of fighting the insurance company. I wish I could get calls from those jobs I get paid on. And when I say, hey, I can bring you those jobs, right? That tends to make the ears perk up. So I'll give you another example. We used to offer Facebook ads back in the day. And when we sold Facebook ads as a service, we'll do Facebook ads, clients kind of responded like this.
Ventura.
Yes, Satan? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You sounded like someone else.
Never mind the wisecracks, Ventura.
So as you can imagine, clients were not exactly warm and friendly, right? But what happened is we focused on what are we actually doing with the Facebook ads, and we came to the idea that the type of person we were bringing them, which in our world was called an MVA case, a motor vehicle accident, and we were able to get them with 4 criteria. One is they didn't have a lawyer, so there was no lawyer involved already. That was an important detail. They don't want to talk to people that are already working with someone else. Another detail is something they call the statute of limitations. You basically have 3-4 years you can sue somebody. So it has to be within those 3-4 years or there's nothing they can do. Another thing was an important detail is they had to have insurance. And another important detail for them is that they weren't at fault. Somebody else caused the accident. So when we focused on, hey, we'll do Facebook ads for you, people responded negatively. We're like, I don't need no Facebook ads. Fuck you, marketing guy. The minute we said, hey, I can bring you motor vehicle accident cases who don't have a lawyer, have insurance inside of the statute of limitations, weren't at fault, and I can do that for less than $1,000 a signed case using Facebook ads. They said, where does my ass sign up? And by the way, when we did this, we had all kinds of operational promises because this promise actually worked so well. We had so many clients signing up that I remember having meetings with my ops manager like days and days and months and months and months every day going, how the fuck are we going to keep up with all these clients? Oh shit, we just signed another one. In fact, I actually remember at some point you start receiving payments from clients you don't even know. It's kind of a wild milestone when you reach in your agency where you have clients that you've never spoken to, you never met. You see them in your inbox paying you, but they talk to a salesperson or they talk to an account rep or they bought through the website. You never met them, you never seen them, but yet they're on your payroll sending you money every month. So next piece of the puzzle, by the way, GHL. So a lot of people do things, again, service, missed call, text back, or we'll make you a GHL website, or we'll do some follow up or whatever. Or we'll do a database reactivation. That's another really, really common one. But what are you going to actually do? And I think of Kevin, who is a straight up gangster. He focuses on I'll get you 100 reviews, and the way he packages that is he says I'll get 100 people to give you 5 stars this month. Right? They don't care that GHL is actually doing that. They just want people talking about them online saying good shit, right? So it ain't about the, hey, I'll do GHL, missed call, text back and shit like that, or I'll reactivate your database. It's the outcome, the promise of that. I'll get you 100 people to leave you 5-star reviews and say you're the best at what you do, which means more people will convert, which means you'll rank higher, and you'll get to cherry pick and get which kind of jobs you want to get because you'll get the best incoming stuff because you'll have the reputation of being the best. Does that sound like something you'd be interested? By the way, I've only ever heard stuff like this talked about inside our Wolfpack Mastermind for agency owners, which is kind of like this. So kind of bringing this back full circle, I want you guys to understand your service is not an offer. That's a fucking deliverable. A deliverable with a price tag is never going to be appealing. You need to figure out what it actually does. And I think actually the most important detail is not to figure out what it does for the person, but who you're going to bring them, right? Like if you think about, for us, a mommy makeover is a specific type of person, right? Like we got clear on all the details of who we're going to bring you. A category 3 flood job, again, is a specific type of person in a specific type of situation. A motor vehicle accident is a specific type of person. And a 5-star review, I guess, is probably more of a what, but it's hey, we're going to get people to talk about you. So the more you can think about this as a promise and less about it's a service I charge each month, and position yourself more as a growth partner and less as a, we charge money to do some shit, the more you're going to get people to just like take this without any resistance. In fact, I remember for me, just so you guys know, I used to sell a lot of websites in the beginning, and there was massive resistance about it, selling websites. Like people would like send me a proposal, call me, and then like for $500, I'd chase a guy 15 times. It was almost kind of humiliating. And then when I started going, hey, I can get you mommy makeovers, Not one person ever asked for a proposal ever again. Not one person. They were just like, here you go. Here's my money. How do we get started? And I was actually too stupid to even realize what I had. I was trying to sell it. I was trying to sell the hard thing over here, SEO. Meanwhile, every time I offered this easy thing, they took it. So don't be like me. Don't be an idiot. Sell the easy thing that they want to get. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe for the golden dad guidance, the corny jokes for 170 pounds of pure steel and sex appeal. And may the Triforce be with you. Buy my book or I will urinate in your cat's water dish.